Hello there.
I still gotta get used to my buttons. We have a special guest joining us on the episode today. It's Brandon.
Wait a minute. I was a special guest last time.
No, we got.
You know the funny.
We got Bill here.
Oh, Bill.
Okay. Bill joining us.
You know the funny thing is that had you not joined us, we were going to introduce Bill as Brandon and say this is what happens when you travel 90% of the time.
This is the toll to travel on you.
Traveling's been a little rough.
Yeah.
Well, it might be just us.
Oh, there we go.
No, Katie and Adam went to the beach today, so they're probably not going to be joining us, but they went to the beach, so it was like, ooh.
What's more important?
I mean, the beach. We said we were going to go to the beach, and then we didn't get a chance to go to the beach. Anyway.
You just keep talking about the beach.
Oh my gosh, look. Hello, everyone.
I'm so ready for this episode. You have no idea.
I thought I was running late because I was playing around with an anniversary gift that Mike got me. That's like this little like astronaut like projector guy who projects like a little nebula and like
it's really
stars. Cool. And I was just so distracted playing with it that I thought I was running late. And turns out Brandon got his time mixed up. He was like,
I'm in between Utah and Texas time, so I just got very confused on the times, and here I am.
So I feel better now. Anyway.
All right. Are we ready? Are we doing
this is Mike's episode.
Yeah, I know you're in charge of this this ghost ship.
I threw this.
I was going to say clusterfuck, but
I threw this together so fast because I wanted to get back to Assassin's Creed.
Oh my god. Yeah, the new Assassin's Creed game is
How many hours? I think I've already put 15 hours into it.
I've been waiting everywhere. Ooh, before you start, Jack made some orange and clove tea for his post-booster day. We got to get our boosters. We got to get our flus and our boosters. Our floosters.
Yeah.
We can all have a booster day when I visit.
Yeah, let's do that. Cool.
That way the next day I just won't move.
All right, you ready?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cosmos. As always, I'm Mike.
I'm Liz.
I'm Brandon.
Who's taking a drink?
That's the name of the show.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, today, creepy cosmos and scary space. You know, there's not a lot of scary space.
All of space is terrifying and trying to kill you. So I would argue. Oh, Jack says. Sorry, Jack slept 10 hours last night, and I slept 10 hours Friday night into Saturday, and it was glorious.
I had 5 hours.
Yeah, I slept more. We didn't go to bed at midnight, but you woke up at 10:30.
I know. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
You got more.
Yeah.
I woke up 2 states away, and I visited states since then, and now it's the same day.
Oh, Federico's with us.
Hey.
All right. Well, so that's what we're going to be talking about today is
the
scary stuff.
Creepy cosmos. Federico, I don't know if we talked about this last year. I don't know if, Federico, you were watching us last year on Halloween, but is Halloween a global holiday or...
Well, no, it's in the UK.
Is it celebrated differently elsewhere?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I know it's like in the UK and that type of thing. Anyway. All right.
It's Mexico.
I just wonder an international perspective on American Halloween. It's just like we need an excuse to eat candy.
What are you drinking?
Oh, I am drinking a Sinberry.
I like it.
Sinful.
What I loved the most is you didn't even change the name.
I did not change the name at all. But later I'll have for the hangover, I'll have the deep dark of space, and it's just it's a coffee pumpkin stout.
Oh, delightful.
Yes, yeah, I'll have more when you have. I'll have some when you visit, so you can try them. They're good.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, Brandon.
It's just cinnamon whiskey and cranberry juice,
and apple cider,
and a little bit of apple cider,
and a dash of happiness. I mean scariness.
Tastes all right.
It's a nebulous sin nebula. I don't know. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Does it taste all right?
It tastes great. Yes, thank you.
You wouldn't tell me if it didn't on air. So, hey, Brandon, what you got, man? What did you make?
Because it's Halloween. I have the Arr, diagram.
Hey! Yes.
Just thought of that 2 seconds ago.
That's perfect because we're going to be pirates for Halloween, so.
Nice. Vodka, gin, and cranberry juice.
Nice.
Vodka, gin, cranberry.
Oh, well, we got a twin cranberry thing going on.
Yeah, hey, it's a bloody theme.
Yeah.
Except mine. Cheers, everybody.
What do you got? It looks delightful.
I am calling it the Witch's Head because I was gonna try to figure out like a green drink.
Oh.
But we really don't have the stuff for that.
No, we don't.
But I came across. It's basically an apple pie in a glass. It's got vanilla vodka, cinnamon whiskey, apple cider, with a hint of brown sugar cinnamon syrup, and it is. I've rimmed it with brown sugar.
Can you make a witch's head float and just throw a scoop of vanilla ice cream in there?
If we had it.
Oh, yeah. Let me get a taste of that, because...
I figured you'd want some. I haven't tried it, so...
Oh, fuck.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of sugar in that one. It's good, though. It does taste like an apple pie.
Yeah, so... I got to use... I bought a thing that lets you rim glasses. And so I got to use it for the first time. I was very happy.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I'm trying really hard not to make a rim job joke. Anyway,
Federico
says, Federico says Halloween's not so global, but as long as it's a party, they'll join that. Yeah.
Hey.
We always make Halloween a party in some way, shape, or form.
I love it. As long as it's a party. Yeah, because I made the mistake of looking at the news today.
Never look at the news.
And the world has gone to shit
keep up
even
to date
more
with
than the world was.
Yeah.
Brand new wars happening.
We can talk about that in Hangover because that's another type of horror story. It's just the planet Earth.
Follow us on all the things. Twitter, which is Drinking Cosmos, and Instagram, Cosmos for Cosmos. Follow us and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, all that good fun stuff, wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to join us for the Hangover right after this episode, which might be in 10 minutes. Who knows? And who knows what we're going to talk about in the Hangover. And go over to Etsy and look up Wild Ixia on Etsy.
Wild Ixia. Get it.
Yep. I mean, we don't know who it is. We just really like their it's really cool stuff.
No nepotism. Promotions.
Yeah, but definitely go check out Katie's stuff on Wild Ixia on Etsy. I mean, it really is cool. It's really cool shit. So,
yeah, she's a fantastic artist.
Yeah.
She needs to do more arts. She's not watching right now, so I can just say that. She'll watch it later and get mad at me.
Also, check out Mr. Proctor Show.com. Ron Proctor, who is over in Texas now, living the dream in Texas.
For some reason, I just really wanted to start calling him Ronnie Prox. Good old Ronnie Prox! Let me know how you feel about that, Ron.
Ronnie Prox.
If you see this.
Also, if you are in southwest Iowa, then the Council Bluffs area in Iowa, go check out Jack Northrop's planetarium. RollingBluffsPlanetarium.com is where you can get more information. If you're not in Iowa, if you're not really anywhere.
If you are nowhere.
Do check out your local planetarium, though. They definitely need the support, and they're just cool places.
And they're neat people, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very neat people. There's only a couple I have issues with, but
yeah. Anyway.
But every other Wednesday, is it this Wednesday coming up?
There's one. No, the one we just had a new episode of The Shot coming out, celebrating planetarium.
Hey.
So check that out. It is out now.
You know, I've already heard a good review about it. So from your mom.
Oh, what? Really? Well, Elizabeth Allen Green, she promoted it on Facebook, so thank you for that promotion. My post on it, or the Cosmos thing. We'll have another episode of The Shot coming out on the 18th.
Do we have to?
We have to record when Brandon's
Okay, so we have to record it. All right, so
Taking shots this week, folks.
We're doing some shots.
as always, there are rules to this little thing that we do. Society would devolve without
Does that
rules.
include being on time for the podcast?
No.
Rules don't apply to us. If a puppy barks, we
didn't block the dogs out of the room this time.
So hopefully they'll be quiet. Won't be any whining. But
like...
it just worries me they're gonna destroy. So if we go off air, all of a sudden,
a dog has tripped a
dog has just destroyed everything. If there's a Star Wars reference, take a drink. If there's a Lord of the Rings reference, take a drink.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
I would just
that was a fun podcast.
All right.
What did Thanks for joining us.
Cool.
We'll see you in 2 weeks for another High in the Sky.
I just want to, for Federico's, that traditionally it's about remembering family that has passed away without the party, but now they're more along the ways of doing it like how we do Halloween.
Come inside our cultural hegemony.
Yes.
We will.
I mean, I like the way of how Mexico does it with Dios de los Muertos, where it is really like a party celebrating the dead, and they'd have parades and all this good stuff. But it should always be a party. Always celebrate life.
If I were to die tonight, just be sad for a day. Really, for just maybe an hour.
Out of spite, I'm gonna be sad for 2 days. Just out of spite.
Okay.
But then just make it a party.
All right.
You know how I want my funeral too.
We'll weekend at Bernie's you for the podcast.
I'll be like Bill here. You'll have strings that'll just make me.
Oh my God. So really quick, I was just working with somebody in the planetarium, and he said when he dies, he wants his body to be, of course, cremated, and then cremated, and then put into cufflinks, so his brother has to wear them to fancy events. He goes, wait a minute, I'm late. I have to put my brother on.
That's pretty good. I like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So this is really a podcast about just death.
Well, you know what's filled with death? The fucking universe.
It is.
It is scary as shit. Everything out there can kill you. And it's made of shit that will instantly kill you.
But let's take a look at some pretty pictures.
Ooh, I like pretty pictures.
So,
pretty creepy pictures?
When I was thinking about this, I really wanted to have a bunch of pictures where it was just like cosmic snapshot of just quote-unquote scary shit.
Creepy.
Yeah, and so... But then it quickly turned into how's the universe going to kill you? I know that we've talked about that before.
Yes,
but
I feel like it's appropriate. And you know what? It doesn't hurt to remind everybody the many ways that the universe can kill you.
I mean, gravity being a big one.
Yeah, gravity. Gravity.
Gravity's not real. Gravity's not real. It's fake. It's a liberal conspiracy, gravity is.
All right.
You want to put up the first picture?
Oh, yeah. Are you going to introduce it first?
Yeah,
you want me to just
Go ahead. Put it up. This is the Witch Head Nebula, which actually it looks like Witch's Head.
It does. If you're listening on the podcast, I'm sorry. You should just watch the YouTube version.
Yes.
But anyway. I would like you to describe it, Liz, in like an artist's point of view, what the Witch Head's Nebula looks like.
Yes. Well, you see, it is amongst a scattering array of blue stars. I'm assuming this is taken in like infrared or something. But a green, shadowy-esque of nebulous flow comes down from the upper left corner, forming the profile of none other than the Wicked Witch of the West. Her gangly, pointed nose sticking out into the blackness of space, with her open mouth cackling away as she plots the death of the one that killed her with the house, Dorothy.
Excellent. That was well done.
Really
okay.
Good. But it's a cloud of interstellar dust that reflects light from nearby stars. So that's it. But it does look like a little bit of a witch's head, because our brain does want to add order to the chaos.
What's it called?
It starts with a PH, I think, right?
Paralogia?
Yes, let's go with that.
Paraloglia?
Paralegal?
It's the Jesus toast effect, where we see familiar things.
Had a nice little profile, had her chin, nose, mouth.
That's one of my favorites for like the creepy looking ones. It does look like what we see it as. I mean, once someone says it, obviously, Pareidolia. I still can't say it.
Clearly, it's an Italian word.
Well, Latin, right?
Yeah.
Or pretty close, yeah.
But yeah, and what it was? It's just
It's just a cloud of dust that's being illuminated by nearby stars. It's reflecting light from nearby stars.
That's just cool to see.
I mean, but it does really kind of look like that witch, and it's that nice, is perfect color for it too. Everything. Up next, we have the Hand of God.
Oh, it looks kind of like I don't know, maybe like Thanos.
Does it look like Maradona?
No.
But all right, so the hand is the green part.
It's got 4 fingers.
Bottom, yeah, it's got 4 fingers reaching up towards a kind of a red, I don't know, cloud of dust or something. And it looks like it's just going to grab it and
it really
strangle
does.
it.
Yeah, and then it's got some blue jet coming out at the bottom. What is that? Like the star? Is that?
This is it is the winds from a pulsar, basically.
The winds from a pulsar?
That's the title of my next album.
Winds of a pulsar that are just like blowing that gas. My mom asked for the witch's head. What gas makes it green?
I think it's just coloring.
It's the way the colorization is. It looks like it was maybe like colorized in an infrared type of way.
But typically,
but it's probably like a hydrogen or.
Well, I think they typically do red for hydrogen and green for oxygen. I think, but
an infrared
that would be a lot of oxygen if it was, and so I wouldn't think that would.
Yeah, I would probably guess that a lot of that's hydrogen.
You want to see a galactic cluster in particular?
Yeah, I want to see a galactic cluster.
In the Perseus constellation?
Yeah, the Perseus galactic cluster, which is, this picture is in X-ray, and it actually looks like a skull.
It's
you
called
see the
Screaming
2 skull
Skulls.
eyes, and yeah, it's called Screaming Skulls. X-ray image of the Perseus galactic cluster, taken obviously. Well, it was taken by NASA, I think. It looks like a skull.
Yeah.
To me, it's amazing how our brain.
So galactic cluster, then it's a cluster of galaxies.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a peanut cluster, but with galaxies instead of peanuts.
What?
The peanut that doesn't matter.
I think it's part of kind of this local group that the Milky Way is a part of.
Do you know what's causing the voids that make the skull's eyes?
I do not know. And maybe it is the space between galaxies. But I do not know. All right, we got two.
Or my mom says a cell within a double nuclei.
Oh.
There's her medical background.
Well, it's like an egg with 2 yolks.
That's always great. When you crack an egg open, you got 2 yolks in there. You're like, twins! Yes!
Unless you just want the egg whites, then it's kind of annoying. But
oh, well, who just wants egg whites?
Yeah, and if you're gonna have a small egg, might as well make sure both twins get eaten.
Yes, exactly. You don't want to leave one twin out.
Oh, what are we, Kronos?
Then they become a little not great and slightly rapey.
All right, so when we were in Ogden, we'd actually have trick-or-treaters come. That was always fun. Mm-hmm. And little kids would like to come. Some of them would like to come as a ghost. And they have their little sheet with the eyes cut out,
classic,
and all that kind of stuff.
Classic costume.
Yeah, and so let's take a look at some space ghosts.
Space ghosts from coast to coast.
Yeah, nice.
There they are over on the left. Got their hands up in the air.
Those are kind of creepy, actually. Yeah, they're
creepy.
I don't know, raving or something. Like, woo.
Like translucent, spider webs out there.
Or they're like surfing on, this, ghostly wave in space.
I chose this picture for the creepiness. The other ones were nice, beautiful pictures.
I mean, this is
color
beautiful
pictures
in its own right. I like how it's kind of like a grayish and like almost kind of like a lightish, like lavender color in there.
Yeah, off on the far left is a pillar that has some hands going up, like boo.
Yeah, those are the ghosts.
Those are the ghosts.
Although one of them looks like it has a tail.
It's a demon ghost.
SH2-136. It's an illuminated dark galaxy, 1,200 light years away.
Nebula.
What? What
Dark Nebula. You said galaxy.
Oh, Dark Nebula.
Yeah, it's part of the new reboot of the universe. It's going to be a Dark Nebula now.
It's 1,200 light years away in the constellation of Cepheus, the king, or house. Oh. That's what it looks like.
Looks like a stick figure house. Mm-hmm. Or an ice cream cone, if it's upside down.
I forget what makes a dark nebula because it's absorbing more light than it's reflecting.
Yeah, it's not emitting really anything. So it's not an emission nebula, reflection nebula, anything like that. So it's just dark. And so it ends up being silhouetted.
Yeah.
Against kind of a brighter background. So this next one is for Brandon.
Hey.
It is Fomalhaut.
Fomalhaut.
Also called the Eye of Sauron.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and so Fomalhaut is a young star. It's got a lot of dust and gas around it, and very much studied in a lot of wavelengths of light. And this is, I believe this is infrared, and so it has that kind of Eye of Sauron.
Yeah, it looks like
I do love this picture.
So
just with the illumination from the star, blocked out, so you can see. Like the iris around it in a way.
Yeah.
And it's planets. It's little planets.
It looks like a monster's eye, according to your mom. All right, so last one. This one is for Liz. Because she loves these. All right, let's bring it up. This is called the Black Widow Nebula. Which
I can see that. It's like the hourglass and you can see it's...
Yeah, I killed it a couple weeks ago. So.
You killed the Black Widow a couple weeks ago? Here?
Yeah, I told you about it. I thought it was I hit it so hard that it had no hope.
You weren't sure if it was Black Widow, though.
Huh?
You weren't sure if it was.
I wasn't sure.
It probably wasn't.
Probably was.
Probably wasn't,
we
Liz.
Are in the forest.
Anyway.
There's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, there's a lot.
All right, Sheila.
They were out all weekend, too. This has two lobes formed by the outflow of forming stars. And in the middle there, those little bright little dots, those are young, kind of hot stars.
So it's a stellar nursery. It's
all
its little spiderlings. It's little spiderlings it's gonna birth, and then they're everywhere.
I do have a fun spider Lord of the Rings fact, but I'll save that for the hangover.
Okay. Write it down that you remember it.
Just remind me, spider facts.
How?
Those are some of the, the pictures the universe has given us.
Beautifully creepy cosmos.
Yeah.
Beautifully creepy.
But now...
Just like Morticia. Beautifully creepy.
Hauntingly beautiful.
Hauntingly beautiful.
That's the phrase you're looking for.
I like... well, I was making up my own one.
Let's talk about how the universe can kill you.
Oh, so many ways. So many ways it can kill you.
Pick one. Pick one way.
All right. Just, stepping off a ledge.
Yeah.
Not paying
Depending
attention.
what planet you're at. Depending what planet you're on, or moon.
Well, yeah, some don't have ledges. Some just have crushing hot gas that if you fall into it, you just... burn up and get crushed to death.
Looking at you, Joopy Joops.
Joopy Joops.
Joopy Joops.
All right. Well, let's not start off with a planet.
Oh, okay.
Let's start off with a comet.
Oh, a comet. Harbingers of death since time immemorial. Immemorial?
I am here for this show.
You're the word person. You should be coming up with the fancy words.
All right, so, there are a lot of comets that grace our sky. They have beautiful tails and all that kind of stuff. And that's what we usually think about, right? Tails of these comets, these broom stars, hairy stars, whatever you want to call them. We never think about the size of them. And there was a comet that was discovered.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we really don't.
No.
So,
we just want to see the pretty pictures.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there was a comet that was discovered in 2014. It goes by the name of C-2014 UN-271.
I love these romantic names.
So romantic, so beautiful. I'm gonna fuck this up.
You can do
Bernardinelli.
Bernardinelli. I apologize every time, Federico, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Bernardinelli.
And I don't even know if that's Italian. It sounds Italian, but
Bernardinelli.
You
know what? We're American, so anything that ends with like an "ini" or an "elini," it's Italian to us.
Yeah, but I actually do have some Italian in me.
You do, Giorgione.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
And so I guess I could get away with a little more than
You're not.
And I'll go, my great-granddad's from Sicily and my great-grandma's from Naples. And that's where it ends. All right, anyway.
Have the blood in you.
This is that comet, 85 miles across.
Oh, it's a big boy.
It's the biggest. In fact, it is the biggest.
It's had a lot of meatballs.
Oh, gee, okay.
Okay, all right.
Federico, I apologize on behalf of my wife. We will be cutting that out. We won't. Look, a new war started this weekend. We don't need another one. So, all right. 85 miles across, which is 137 kilometers.
Huge.
To put that in perspective.
Okay, yes.
Put it in perspective. Mm-hmm. The Tunguska stony asteroid.
Oh, that flattened
a lot of
Siberia forest.
Was thought to be only 160 to 200 feet across.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess we constantly think about asteroids as the big, we're going to die from. We forget, comets, they've hit the Earth before, too, and it's also equally disastrous. Could be.
And so this one is huge. In fact, when it was first discovered, it was initially classified as a minor planet.
Oh, wow.
Neat.
So it flew past us in 2021. It will return in 2031.
The return of...
Which isn't that long from now, guys.
Yes. But fear not. Fear not.
Oh.
It'll pass about 1 billion miles.
1 billion? Okay.
That's, actually not that close.
That's not that close. No. I mean, it's...
I think scheme of things, but
That's 1.6 billion kilometers or 10 AU from Earth. So it's 1 AU.
So can you really say it's passing?
It's more like...
Well, I mean, it is passing, but...
It's like, hey, over there, look at me!
So we do have to worry about these things, and these comets, they're big, dirty snowballs, so the atmosphere is going to kind of mess around with it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But this one, the bottom hits the ground before the top even is not even... I mean, the top of the comet...
That's weird to think about. The bottom would hit the Earth's ground before the top
is still in space.
I don't really think about how tall the atmosphere is.
Yeah, no, that's right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but
that's just such a cool image.
How fast is it traveling? I do not know. But if it's going to hit the Earth, it's not going to matter.
Let's call it 60,000 miles an hour. No idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's tens of thousands of miles an hour, so it's very fast.
Yeah.
All right. Now, speaking of something...
Fast enough. It's going fast enough.
So this little guy...
is
going to be 1 billion miles from us when it passes by. This next guy... A lot closer.
Ooh. This is a classic one that's coming up here, folks. This is a classic harbinger of death to the Earth.
I love talking about it.
This is an asteroid. This is Apophis.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun.
Yes. All right, so Apophis was discovered in 2004. It is an asteroid that is 1,120 feet across.
That's big.
That is 340 meters. For the rest of the world, and it's about 3 3/4 football fields.
Oh, okay. All right.
So 375 yards.
It's big.
It's a big guy.
It's big.
And when it was first discovered, it was originally thought to be one of the most hazardous asteroids that could impact the Earth. And I remember when all this was going on.
Yeah.
It was like, oh shit.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna be in trouble.
Uh-huh.
But if you were a science communicator during this time, this was so much fun to talk about as well because of what Mike's about to talk about next.
Yeah, because what I was gonna say was before we get into that, it was gonna be I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, as science works, we look at things, we measure things, and as more information comes about, we actually revise the chances of it impacting. Now, when they first discovered it, the chance of it impacting really was quite low, but it was still non-zero.
Anytime it's non-zero, let's look a little further.
And it was significant enough. It was like there was a little bit of a freak out a little bit, but now it's not going to pass us. But on Friday the 13th,
yes.
In April 2029,
woo!
It will pass 20,000 miles.
That's real close.
But it's not going to hit the keyhole.
30,000 kilometers. And that is actually lower than some satellites, geocentric satellites that we have.
Many satellites.
Really?
Yeah, going around there. So it's going to pass between those. It'd be really great if it knocked one out. But
yeah, it'll go between the Earth and the geosynchronous satellites.
Yeah,
that's.
It is so close that if you happen to live in the Eastern Hemisphere, so if you're over there in New Zealand, if you're in China and Japan, whatever, you'll be able to watch it sail past us without a telescope or binoculars. That's the coolest.
When 2029? All right, we got to save up to go to Middle Earth. Yeah. We gotta go to Middle Earth 2029.
This is the way.
Asteroid.
Oh, gotta take a drink.
Oh, yeah. Well, we missed a couple of these, to be fair. Mostly by me. Yeah. I took drinks when I made the references.
Yeah, I do think that Apophis is just like the coolest fucking thing.
That'll be
and I say that.
We're gonna get really good observations of it.
Oh yeah, there will be. There will be.
How many Armageddon-related memes?
Not enough.
Parodies.
You know what? It's time for for another apocalypse movie. Need the good Armageddon movie up next.
A new Armageddon.
Yeah, because what was the last good end of the world movie? Well, like that was the premise. It's like this is the world.
The news is the end of the world.
No, that's not a good movie. That's not good at all.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know.
Not like this is the post-apocalyptic, the world's already ended. Like this is
right.
what
the
the movie is
world
about.
Ending.
Well, there was a movie that I did really enjoy where there was a great bit of talk about the end of the world. With Sam being lifted up and thrown on the table in Frodo.
See, I thought you were talking about Don't Look Up.
No. I heard a lot about a Dark Lord and a little bit about the end of the world.
He ain't dropping no eaves, sir. Sometimes you just gotta trim the verge at night.
Little late to be
you don't sweat as much.
Which came out first, Armageddon or Independence Day?
Oh, wait.
Although Independence Day wasn't like a natural space disaster, it was a alien invasion disaster.
My gut says Independence Day.
Yeah, mine too.
Came out first. Independence Day came out, 1997, I want to say?
Sure.
Everything came out in 97 to me.
Anyway, while somebody in chat looks it up, Apophis does, it actually does emphasize the fact that we need to pay attention to these.
The NEOs are near Earth objects, and have our lawmakers put policies in place for funding to have more funding for looking at this shit.
I mean, to be fair, the current technology that's out there, the amount that we're discovering is incredible. Like, never before have we had this technology and these eyes in the sky to detect all these NEOs. It's phenomenal.
So,
could be better.
And Apophis,
all it takes is one.
Apophis was originally
coming from the direction of the sun.
Yeah.
Apophis was originally in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, but because of interactions with Jupiter and other, it has
interesting, because usually Jupiter's the one protecting us.
It cuts both ways.
I suppose that's true. Yeah, it is gravity. See, gravity. Back to gravity. It's gravity's fault, really. At the end of the day, it has to do with gravity.
There's no.
I don't think you understand the weight of the situation.
Oh. There's no chance that it's going to hit us in the next century.
Gravity's not. Never mind.
Finish it, Liz. Finish strong. Believe in yourself.
It's not weight, but it affects your mass. But it's not. Okay. Anyway, but I appreciated that one. That was good.
It is only a matter of time before we get hit again.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. I mean, everything in the solar system, we see evidence of recent impacts on other bodies. I mean, look at Jupiter. Right. Wasn't there one recently that somebody saw an impact on? Other than,
that sounds familiar.
You have like the famous Shoemaker-Levy 9 impact on Jupiter in 1993.
7. It's like 93. I would say.
You know, and we see fresh. You know, there's been observations of recent or fresh craters on like Mars or the moon and stuff like that, you know, so really right. I mean, luckily our benefit to the Earth and a lot of our protection comes from the fact that we have a thicker atmosphere than say
but it's
Mars.
really thin too, though.
And we got a nice moon.
And we have a moon and everything. But yeah, I mean, the odds are not ever in our favor.
But I mean, we had that moon and it was closer to us back when dinosaurs were you know, chomping and tromping around.
Chomping and tromping.
I like that.
Chomping and tromping.
Dinosaurs just chomping and tromping around.
Yeah, sure. and an asteroid still killed them. It's just, you know, it's just a matter of time. And so we do need to put
they didn't have
ways
to. They didn't have the resources. They didn't have a space program.
For anyone out there that's interested in an alternate history when an asteroid does hit the Earth and does a whole lot of damage, it's called the Lady Astronaut Trilogy. That's Lady Astronaut Trilogy. What's the first book called? The Fated Sky. Nope. Sorry, it's right there. Calculating Stars. Fabulous book. Strongly suggested. It's what happens if an asteroid hits like the Atlantic Ocean circa 1950, and suddenly Earth's going to become uninhabitable in the next 150 and 200 years because of all the global change, and they have to get the hell off the planet. So much fun.
Don't spoilers.
No, that's the first like 2 pages.
All right.
This was Brandon's book recommendation.
The Gaia spacecraft, which is looking at everything, estimated, I think it's Gaia, 150,000 objects in the solar system, and that just the number of asteroids would be 10 times that.
Oh.
And that means that there's roughly 1 million asteroid objects we don't know about.
Mm-hmm. But when you say we don't know about, we're talking like smaller asteroids? Because at this point, we have a pretty good grasp on the big guys, right?
I would say probably not, but I would say the majority of the stuff out there is relatively small.
Right.
Versus
larger objects. It's easier to make. However, though, you're still talking about things that are small. Even when we talk about the big guys, these are still small objects, and you have to be looking at the right place at the right time to see.
I mean, look at, as you love, Chelyabinsk. You know, where it was an object we didn't know about. Our eyes were on a different object, and then this one came out of nowhere because it came in the direction of the sun and was like, "Hello, good morning, Russia."
If anybody had been killed, that would have been an entirely different story. But it was just an amazing day. I woke up and Twitter was exploding.
It was a Twitter.
It was exploding. And about all this stuff that happened in Russia. Yeah. And I was very confused at first because we knew an asteroid was passing the Earth that day.
But it wasn't that asteroid.
But it was to be later. It was going to be later.
The odds of that must have been astronomical.
Oh. Hey, I'm going to give you that one. I mean, but at the same time, if it came in at a sharper angle, well, maybe goodbye Chelyabinsk, you know, like.
Yeah, it came in at a very shallow angle, so it wasn't straight down, very shallow angle. So most of the shock wave of exploding in the atmosphere just didn't hit the ground. Yeah. But the shock wave went around the Earth like 3 or 4 times. So cool. There was an astronomer who likened it to ringing a bell. And you can ring my bell. and so it was a crazy thing. And that asteroid was about the size of our planetarium dome.
Yeah, 60 feet across.
That's so we could use our dome to have people visualize it.
That was so much fun.
And just the videos that came out of it were insane.
Oh my gosh.
Dash cam videos.
That inspired actually well, at least here in America, a bunch of people got dash cams.
Yeah. But also just the beauty of it until it wasn't beauty anymore. There's this video, and they're looking up, and you can see the cloud, whatever, the trail of the asteroid, and it's just quiet. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful, and then you hear this bang, and it's just nothing but, and I've said this before, I'm sure it's just Russian cussing that is going on, and the bang knocks out all these windows, and so glass is falling down. Car alarms
go off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was such a crazy day because of that, but also that there was an asteroid that we knew about that was passing by us, and the Chelyabinsk asteroid came from the direction of the sun. We were blind to it. We had no idea it was coming. We were blinded
by the light.
Thank you, Liz.
You're
welcome. If you didn't say it, I was going to.
I know. I'm here.
Yeah. And so, I mean, most of the asteroids are not going to be coming from that direction. Mm-hmm.
But
how many
they
can. How many... This asteroid was only 55, 60 feet across. And it created an incredible amount of damage.
Meanwhile, that comet is 85
miles across. The asteroid that flattened a lot of Tunguska, 200. We'll say on the big end, 200 feet across.
And that likely didn't impact the Earth either.
No, it exploded in the atmosphere.
That was another explosion in the sky.
Yeah.
Anyone out there? All right.
All right. So, I mean, these are some real immediate friggin' risks that we have. Mm-hmm. And I realize that immediate is in a astronomical sense, and so the chances of it happening today is really quite remote.
Right.
But it's gonna happen.
It's like climate change. It's not immediate, but we're gonna get fucked up.
And we need to look for these things.
Climate change is okay.
You want to know something we don't have to worry about?
Hold on. Well, I was just going to point at Federico's comment. He says that we see that Dr. Strangelove is more probable than...
100%.
Yeah, no, we're our own worst
enemy. Especially now.
We're talking about the universe trying to kill us, not ourselves.
Yeah. All right.
Although we are probably better at killing ourselves than the universe is, I think.
Well, we're more effective and immediate.
Yeah, we are. We're pretty... I mean, the universe can be total...
Yeah.
But we're pretty diabolical.
Also, the universe isn't, I mean, it's not,
we come up with really creative ways.
We do. Well, I'll give us that. We are creative in our destruction.
Yeah, we're intentional. The universe is
the universe is like, let me hit you with a big rock.
Yeah, I'm just here. The universe is just here, doing its universal things.
All right, so this one is not going to be something you have to wait up for. Though I plan on living forever.
Oh, yes.
So far, so
just
good.
Just like Bill here.
Just like Bill. Galactic collisions.
Oh, yes.
They make some of the most beautiful pictures.
Antenna galaxies.
Like
Google that one.
Impactful. I see what you did there. And the Milky Way is not immune to that.
We're colliding with the galaxies right now.
Liz, don't steal his thunder. You always...
You know what I want to say, though, so I'll let you set it up, but you let me say it.
Are you talking future or what's going on right now?
I'm saying right now.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it's happening right now with the large and small, possibly to be renamed, Magellanic Clouds in the southern hemisphere. People don't like the name after Magellan because, all of them are active.
So it's eating these smaller galaxies.
Our Milky Way, our galaxy is feeding on other galaxies in what is actually scientifically called galactic cannibalism.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
It's my favorite scientific term ever in the whole universe.
Really? Mine's spaghettification.
That is number 2. That is my second favorite.
I don't know if I have a favorite scientific phrase.
How do you not?
Well, anyway.
It's probably this. Huh. That's weird.
That's a phrase.
So our galaxy is a cannibal. We live in a cannibalistic galaxy.
The galaxy is a cannibal. It doesn't work the same way.
Anyway, the Milky Way is going to collide with another galaxy in about 3 to 5 billion years. And that galaxy is the Andromeda Galaxy, twice as big as Milky
but not
Way.
big enough for it to eat us. We're just going to kind of more merge.
No, we're going to eat each other.
It's going to be a mutual...
mutual cannibalistic.
Yeah, what's that picture where the snake is eating
Ouroboros?
his tail? Yeah, that one.
Nice. So, that's a good beer.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay.
So that's going to be 3 to 5 billion.
My mom says assimilating.
Excellent. I'll drink to that.
It's futile. Good job, Mom. You get a drink.
These galaxies are assimilating.
Yeah. Into one.
But unlike asteroids,
galaxy.
we can do something about making sure asteroids don't hit us. We can't do a damn thing about the Andromeda hitting us.
Now, the really cool thing about galactic collisions is, all right. So the Milky Way, I'm gonna go old school and say it has 200 billion stars in it. That number seems to fluctuate.
I thought old school was 300 billion.
It's like between
actually, old school, if you want to go real old school, is 100 billion.
Okay, real old school is like 1.
Yeah. I think it's like between 2 and like 400.
Right. So let's say 200 billion stars for the Milky Way, 400 billion stars for the Andromeda Galaxy. And so all of these stars, they come in, they collide, and you think they're going to run into each other, but maybe only about 10 stars or so, a handful of stars actually will collide with each other.
Man, those stars in the star systems will be having some kind of Star Wars.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, technically Star Wars isn't on the... Oh, no, Star Wars is on the rule list. I don't know why.
So, the stars, we think of them as really big, but they're really small compared to the distances that separate them, that they really do kind of just pass right by each other like ships in the night.
Yes.
And so when I was in the planetarium, I would say if you have two people on opposite sides of the planetarium, 60 feet across, 19 meters for the rest of the world, and they rolled marbles towards each other, maybe only only two will hit each other. The rest will pass right by each other. And it's kind of like that. You'll have about a handful of stars that collide. That will make havoc for the solar system.
It's so cool.
Planets going everywhere because of the two stars impacting all that change in gravity. But because you do have these gravitational interactions of the colliding galaxies, you're going to have stars that get ejected from them, and you don't know which stars it's going to be ejected until it happens.
Our sun could be fine, or thrown out, or
it may not be there.
Well, the sun will
be there.
We may not be.
Okay.
This is going to happen within the lifetime of the sun.
Yes.
The sun will be probably a red giant at that point.
Yeah, which means we are going to be here most likely. So
unless we have moved.
Unless we've moved on. Yes.
Now, really quick. So the sun's going red giant in 4 billion years, right?
It'll probably start in about 2 billion years. I mean, but then complete the cycle in about...
Yeah, so it'll release its atmosphere. So it'll still be its white dwarf self by the time this stuff happens.
Maybe. It'll be close.
It'll be whereabouts. It'll be whereabouts in that. It will not be its current state.
No, it'll be a star and... Anyway, sorry. I'll stop.
So anyway, we will be fucked, but...
Yeah, but also that brings up the point, not even on this list, that the sun is going to try to kill us.
The sun is going to...
Actually...
Well, that's what skin cancer is. It's always trying to kill us.
Let's come back to that. Let's come back to that. All right, so let's move forward about black holes.
Pushing forward.
If anybody has listened to this podcast,
we dislike black holes.
You know how I feel about black holes.
They're the worst things.
I don't like them. I don't believe in them. They don't exist. If you're new to the podcast, I think they're the most amazing things in the universe. I love black holes.
I love black holes and revelations.
Jesus Christ. All right. Now, black holes, if you fall into them,
fuck you up.
They fuck you up. So what happens when you fall into a black hole?
Spaghetti.
Well, at first, nothing. You're just falling into the black hole, Nice. Like, oh, okay.
I mean, it sounds like it would be pretty peaceful as long as you had, like, a functioning spacesuit where you could breathe.
Yeah, and so you have a little music going, you got Spotify going, and it's playing some music.
What would your black hole falling in music be?
Ooh, that's a hangover question. Never heard one.
Yeah, okay. All right, write it down. Someone write it down so we can remember it for the hangover.
All right. I'm going to mute you so I can write it down.
Okay.
So, as you fall into the black hole, as you get closer to it, some things start to happen.
Yeah.
Your feet start to feel gravity stronger.
Assuming you're falling in feet.
Yeah, you're falling in feet first.
Said that.
So your feet start to feel a stronger tug of gravity compared to your head. And so at first it's not too bad. It's like, all right, whatever. So it's like taking a nice little stretch in the morning when you wake up.
Okay. Like a cat.
Yeah. However, that soon changes.
Or like Jack when he gets off the bed or the couch.
Oh, yeah.
He does. When he stretches his back legs.
Yeah. He does it's such a long stretch for such a little guy. It's such a long stretch.
They don't do any sucking, Mom. Black holes. They don't actually suck, but it is that immense gravity. If you get too close, that gravity.
If you get too close, then they suck.
Yeah, it sucks for you.
It's gonna suck.
But anyway, your feet start to feel really strong gravity and your feet start to fall in faster than the top of your head, and so that makes you stretch.
Do you see this happening? Can you look at your feet?
And how close do you have to be? I guess it depends on the mass of the
black hole. Depends on the mass of the black hole. And so, like for galactic black holes, you have already passed the event horizon. And for that to happen, if it's a stellar mass black hole,
just like the
then you're feeling it much sooner.
And as a biological being, probably the radiation will get you before this.
Oh yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But you have a radiation impervious suit.
Yeah.
So
we're just gonna.
So and it's very
suicide
stretchy.
Suit.
It's a very
assuming
suit.
all the other things that would normally kill you first can't kill you.
And so as your feet are feeling that stronger, you stretch out, and you get.
If I want to be
taller and skinnier.
It's like the torture rack in Muppet Treasure Island. Go on.
My mom said in chat the rack.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to get the Muppets in there
too.
So that stretching out is called spaghettification.
I love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now,
but then
you can only stretch so far before something happens, and you pop in half.
Oh.
And each one of those halves pop in half, and on and on and on, until you're left with nothing but atoms. But even atoms,
what's that called?
That they cannot sustain. They cannot resist the force of this gravity.
You get ripped apart on a fundamental quantum level.
And so the only thing...
saying "fuck you" specifically.
Yes. The only thing that falls onto that singularity are nothing but electrons and quarks.
The whisper of your memory.
The whisper of your memory. That's really good.
That's
really good.
That is...
Yeah. But that is called bifurcation.
Yes, and all of that information of everything you were, everything that you were, that you are and were, gets pulled into that black hole, and all of that information becomes part of the black hole.
And then you end up in some weird library with Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, but...
No, and then fucking love saves you and it's a bunch of bull.
But there actually is kind of a debate amongst physicists is where that information goes, because information should be conserved. It can't just friggin' disappear. And so, does it get radiated back out? Does it get imprinted onto the event horizon itself somehow? And so there was Stephen Hawking when he was alive. He was on one side of the debate, and then
and we don't know. When we can never really know. We can never know.
Although,
we can never...
I do want to be that person that's on the other side of the debate from Stephen Hawking. Like, you know what, Stephen? I'm going to disagree with you there. And here's why.
Yeah, I think he said that it disappears.
I mean, Stephen Hawking has been right about many things.
Yeah,
but he lost at poker that one time.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Good thing Star Trek's not on this. But anyway, so black holes, I love them. They will rip you apart. And if a rogue one comes through the solar system, it's fucking everything up.
That's an abusive
relationship. The good news is that the closest one is Gaia BH1 and Gaia BH2. They are 1,560 light years away and 3,800.
And then,
that's close.
And then, Liz, how many black holes are there? Do you remember? You gonna do it?
There's not a lot.
From?
In the galaxy.
Oh, there's in the galaxy?
You remember?
No, I don't remember.
I was hoping you remember the song. So there was a Symphony of Science song about black holes.
Oh, God, I don't remember the whole song for Monsters of the Cosmos.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Millions and millions!
Millions and millions of black holes.
Millions of black holes. There we go. Okay,
but we don't know. We have not discovered millions and millions of black holes.
No, because we can't see them.
Right.
We can only observe the gravitational effects on those surrounding them.
The assumption is that they're there because they're going to be at the hearts of galaxies and things like that. But anyway.
These
but
cosmic
they're still
dragons.
Nice.
So
that's
black holes.
Still not
that's the reference I thought you wanted.
You know what,
and I was like, I don't know.
Black holes? What makes a black hole?
Oh, jeez. Well,
HR diagram.
Well, what? No.
Well, on the HR diagram.
They're on the HR diagram.
That's what I'm getting at.
But it doesn't make
a black hole comes from a really fucking big ass motherfucking star. A big motherfucking star. Big, hugely massive.
Goes boom.
It sounds like it's above average star.
Above average, big star that goes kablooey, and then that core condenses down into nothing but a single mathematical point that is therefore known as a black hole because all the gravity still remains because that gravity doesn't go anywhere. It stays with the central mass of the object, which is now nothing but a mathematical point, and that's a black hole, and that's why we can't see it.
And I believe it was astronomer John Mitchell in the 18th century, the first devised a star that may be a black star with a single point with too much gravity for light to escape.
Oh, Mr. Mitchell, he was a priest. Why is it always a priest? But I guess, all right. So John Mitchell was a pastor or a priest.
Mendel was a pastor as well.
Between a pastor and a priest.
He used Newton's
denomination.
Oh.
He used Newton's equations to say that there was probably a thing out there that has so much gravity that not even light could escape from it. So this was our first, hinting of a black hole. There was nothing about what actually keeps this object. He thought it would still be spherical, like the Earth, like the sun, whatever. But he came up with it. But it took Einstein, who really didn't believe in black holes.
Honestly, you don't need to get anywhere near a black hole for it to kill you. All you have to do is just think about a black hole for too long,
and your head explodes.
Your brain. Your brain just slowly starts to kind of melt a bit.
What's that movie where the newscaster's head explodes?
It's
one word.
Mars Attacks? No.
No.
All right. While you think about it, black holes are the simplest objects in the universe. You really need mass, electric charge, and spin to describe them. You just need three numbers. It doesn't make the math easy.
Do a thesis paper on the spin of a black hole?
It was me. I know the math. Thanks for the laugh, Liz.
It doesn't make the math easy, but
no. How many numbers are in that math versus letters?
At least
there's a lot of
versus letters and other shapes.
There are three variables.
There are three variables.
Mass, charge, and spin. But there's a shit ton of other little letters and numbers that go into it.
And symbols and shapes and hieroglyphics.
Just doing the math is insane.
Yeah.
You really... They did not do the math for all three variables until the 1960s. And it's called a Kerr-Newman black hole. Which
Newman
gives you Kerr-Newman black holes are the
fucking Newman
are the most realistic type black holes, because a black hole is going to have mass, and most likely it's going to have spin.
Has mass. Is there anything that doesn't have mass?
Photons?
What?
Is there anything that doesn't have mass?
Photons.
Oh.
Photons are massless.
I said that with conviction.
You did.
And you are correct.
I dismissed it instantly and looked at fancy physics.
So black holes, so black holes have mass, obviously.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And they're going to have spin because whatever made them was spinning.
Spinning, yes.
And you keep
like
that
our solar
spin.
system. That's why our planets revolve. No.
The one thing it's not going to have, well, it'll have it, but not for long, is charge. But you do have to factor that in. Because the black hole, let's say it's positively charged, is going to repel a bunch of protons, and it's going to attract those electrons, and it's going to neutralize that charge.
It's got that little magnetic personality.
Yeah. So, exactly. And so, there you go. But what makes them... like you said, is a star that explodes, a supernova, and that can kill you too.
Well,
yeah, my God.
Real fast.
Yeah.
In fact, it likely was the cause of one of the great extinctions on Earth.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm trying
My mom's brain went, and whatever we said, my mom's brain went immediately to Pac-Man and the accompanying tune.
Wow, and I thought okay. I didn't, okay.
Ow.
No, that's not that's
not the tune. I can't think.
I can't sing this. No, that's not the tune. It's at the beginning of each stage. It has a little tune, but I can't sing.
It's an 8-bit. It's an 8-bit tune. All right. Anyway, if you're 40 to 50 light years away from a supernova, it'll kill you, just from the radiation and all that. It's going to kill you, and you can be.
What a way to go!
It can still be pretty far away, and that radiation will just destroy the ozone layer, and you get to enjoy ultraviolet.
That's such
light up those aerosols, everyone.
See, that's such a more majestic way to go than an asteroid hitting you.
I know, right? Like,
because the asteroid takes a while.
Like, if you're a habitable planet that's close to, say, Betelgeuse, right? Betelgeuse is on the verge of supernovae.
Say it again, one more time.
Betelgeuse.
Yes.
All right. I really wish that
Beetlejuice.
that
Candyman.
No.
Candyman.
No.
You have to say it in the mirror.
You have to be in the
webcam
mirror. It's like a Bloody Mary thing. You got to be in the mirror.
I can see myself. Isn't that a mirror?
No.
That's not a true mirror.
It's not. It doesn't have
anyway,
magical
go ahead.
properties.
Beetlejuice.
Anyway, like if you're on a habitable planet close to Betelgeuse, Betelgeuse is the armpit of Orion.
Betelgeuse.
Or Betelgeuse, which is probably the more proper pronunciation for it. Anyway, not spelled like either of those, but it's gonna go supernova. It could have already supernovaed, and we just haven't seen it yet because Betelgeuse is 650 light years away, right?
That was my next bullet point.
Oh shit! Oh, okay, all right. Look at, we still got it. Happy anniversary. So,
7 years ago, about right now, we were getting married.
I was there for that.
Yeah, you were. You did it. You married us.
Hey.
If you're on a habitable planet near Betelgeuse and it goes, I mean, first of all, that's going to look amazing in the sky before you die.
It'll be so bright in the night sky, it'll cast shadows.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's for us, though. If you're close to it.
Oh, in the kill zone. Yeah, no.
If you're in the kill zone, first of all, I mean, it's got to look amazing before you instantly die. Or however far, if you're within that 40, it's going to take, some time for that radiation to get to you.
Right. But let's just pretend that you can survive the radiation. You're on a planet
all right.
that can survive the radiation. That you can. So, and so you see it. It explodes. It's so bright. It's amazing.
Oh my God. It's like the inner lights.
If you could survive the radiation, what's going to kill you is that shock wave. That shock wave is going to
obliterate the planet.
Just obliterate the planet. And I realize, I mean, the shock wave is moving pretty quick, and so the planet just explodes pretty much instantly when it hits it. But I always have that Hollywood view of it in my head. Talking about your
Star Killer base.
I'm out of a drink, so.
That's your problem.
It is my problem. That's what the hangover's for, so I can refill.
This is why I make 2.
I didn't have enough time to make 2.
We have so many. No, you didn't, because you were an hour behind. But I do like that Hollywood that Hollywood way of exploding a planet with a supernova, or a shockwave, where it starts at the leading edge,
yes,
and just works its way.
So satisfying, so satisfying.
It really is satisfying and beautiful to watch it happen.
So, what is your preferred mode of death in space?
That's a hangover.
Supernova. Oh, I know. It could be okay.
All right, because I got one more thing.
Okay.
That I want to talk about.
All right.
A pissed off son.
A pissed off son.
It is pissed off.
Pissed off son.
Yeah, it helped contribute to the making of the Earth, and has helped life evolve on this, and it sees what a shit show we've turned it into, and
so
it is angry at us.
I guess if there was a god, it should be the sun. Really, it should be. The Egyptians got it right. The sun god Ra. I mean, the sun is the god of the solar system.
So it's like the moon in Majora's Mask.
I never played that Zelda game. She's not on. Katie's at the beach. She can't help you now, but. I know it's a Zelda reference, but I never played like Majora's Mask.
Anyway, there's a few ways.
It's supposed to be the best one, though.
There's a few ways the sun can fuck with you. Solar flares is one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So solar flares are basically
They've fucked with us before. They've cut out like they've caused blackouts on Earth.
Yeah. So X-rays and energy that can black out navigation, communication signals, and such.
And that's why it's important for everyone to learn their night sky, because if we can't rely on GPS, then we may need stellar navigation again. So learn your fucking night sky.
Or how to fold a paper map. You can open it. That's easy enough. You can't fold it.
No, it's Pandora's box. Once you unfold it, you can't put it back together.
I'm sure it has been scientifically proven you can't put it back together.
No, it's like folding a piece of paper 8 times. You just can't do it.
Yeah. I heard 7, but all right, CMEs.
Either way.
Coronal mass ejections.
Nice.
Those are when the sun basically sends out these magnetized particles, and it's
kind of like a sun fart, really.
Yeah, but
or it's an explosive fart.
I've read it as kind of a slow burn fart.
One of those ones that just kind of like it streams a bit, and then kind of like has a bit of a like the ending is a little bit like all right.
But anyway,
the end is a question mark.
Maybe we need to go check on some things.
We just broke Mike. He's down.
It's in a question mark. That's great. Yeah, CMEs and then a question mark. Every one of them. So basically, these magnetized particles that get sent out, and they can disrupt communication and power grids, which cause all kinds of problems.
That's what happens when you eat too much Taco Bell.
Oh. Ends in a question mark every time.
Every time.
The largest,
but worth it.
The largest CME in recorded history.
Ooh.
So just us writing shit down.
During electronics were around.
Writing stuff down or
No, this is us writing stuff down, whether it's on a clay tablet
just like
all the way
an
up to today.
Well, you almost got to believe it's like when electronics are around, because if you have a CME and you don't have access to looking at the sun or realizing its effects.
However, you can still CMEs. Remember, these are magnetized particles. So you're seeing them affect the corona borealis.
Like aurora. Okay.
The aurora.
I've never thought about looking at historical records of
and ancient, I mean, even, early hominids would have seen aurora.
I am so excited to look into that now. I never thought about doing that.
All right, so the largest in recorded history.
Okay, since people could write.
Yes, was the Carrington event. It's called the Carrington event, which happened in September 1839.
59.
And if it happened today, the result would be an internet apocalypse.
Let's make it happen.
Lasting months.
Let's make it happen.
Imagine how therapeutic that could be for the entire world.
So what is more scary than that? The internet goes away.
What's the most recent generation called? Probably Gen Z and now Alpha. Are Alpha still just babies?
Yeah, but then I want to play games online now and then.
I know, right? Because we got. I want to call. We got to help Mike beat Elden Ring so we can start New Game Plus.
I'm so excited for New Game Plus and the DLC. But anyway.
Yeah, so that's how the universe kills you.
No internet.
That's how we die.
That's how we die.
That's how we die. Can't update the gram.
Oh, Jack's trying to play. Anyway, that's our show.
I mean, the cosmos is pretty creepy.
And trying to kill you.
Yeah, it's
and
not
technically
violent.
the cosmos is watching you, whatever you're doing. Technically.
It is.
Every breath you take. It's the police.
Oh God damn it, Sting.
The
Cosmos will be watching.
fucking song ever. And what is amazing about that song is people play it at weddings. It's a
well, it's like that
song.
in U2's
Ice marriage.
what?
Every step you take.
Yeah,
Every
but
breath you take. I'll be watching you.
It's like I can't live with or without you, which is what the star is.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, there was a great video on With or Without You where Bono really talks about the meaning of the song and how it was at kind of. It obviously is in the early 80s.
I'm going to let you finish this, but we're getting into hangover territory, and you're going to go on a sidetrack, but go on.
Yes. I know. And I was gonna wrap it up.
He's leading this episode.
Right.
So he was talking about basically in the song, it's basically his wife Allie and how she was feeling about their relationship, and she was basically at a breaking point.
Did
she couldn't live with him.
Share these feelings with the world?
But she couldn't live without him either,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was. And all some of that what is written in the song is actually what she told him that he was that she was feeling and all that kind of stuff. And so it made the song even. I really love the song anyway, but it made it even more powerful. But that is our show. I tried to actually pull this in a while ago, and you started saying something.
We do that.
But that's Cosmos. Thanks for joining us. And all the creepy and scary shit in the universe. Join us in 2 weeks when we talk about the night sky for November, right?
Will I be on the episode? No.
No! Why does it do that? Okay, I'm sorry.
You see, you don't need me pushing buttons.
I don't. Yeah, because I thought I could do it beforehand.
Okay. All right. Are we good?
Yeah, we're fine.
See, this tells you what's going to happen next.
No, but it should have.
Does this
mean? Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks for another High in the Sky. Brandon, I guess, won't join us.
Well,
I will be in Hawaii.
What? Anyway,
we need to decide if we're going to do an episode with Brandon here, but
okay. All right, we can decide that. All right. Okay, I'm trying to end this show.
I know. Go ahead, end it. I'm sorry.
Thanks for joining us, guys. This is the 15th time I've tried to end this. And
but wait, there's more.
No, there is no fucking more. This is the end of the show. We'll see you in 2 weeks. God damn it. Or 1 week. We'll see you. We'll see you when we see you. And when we see you, we're going to talk about the November sky. And I put it in the notes that nobody has read for what maybe would be in 4 weeks. But we'll see you. And have a great one. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And please just love everybody. Cheers.
Bye.
Peace.
If you're with us now live, stick around because we'll be back with the hangover after we refill some drinks. So,
and
we'll see you in a minute.
In a minute. It'd be a hot second.
It's not. Gosh, I really can't. I had it all planned and I pressed the wrong button. Welcome to Cosmos, the hangover, everyone, where everything's always fucked up. Because we are fucked up.
Well,
that's not true.
But you're still getting used to the.
I'm still getting used to our stream deck.
The buttons.
The buttons. I have buttons here on this. The cord's not long enough to reach properly. There we go. On the stream deck, and so I'm still figuring it out, and I failed.
Yeah, I mean, but
sit Bill up a little bit more. There you go, bud.
I think it definitely though, it helps. I think it makes things easier.
And it feels like I don't see it, but it just feels nice to have.
It is nice to have.
Feels professional.
It does.
Yes.
It does. Now, if only I could use it in a professional way.
Even though we're far from it. Anyway,
and we're like planetary sunbirds.
The ending question marks.
The ending question marks.
You never know what's going to happen.
So, is that going to be the title of this episode? Will this end in a question mark?
Will it? It might.
All right, welcome to the Hangover, everybody, where we are at least one drink in for some of us, and varying strengths.
And I now have the deep dark of space.
Ooh, how tasty is it?
It's
pumpkin-y?
Really,
Does it taste like fall?
Is that the one that I tried?
I don't know. This is the pumpkin coffee stout by Elysium. They also have just their pumpkin stout.
Elysium's one that makes my favorite imperial cider.
Yeah, you're gonna like it because they have an imperial pumpkin ale that's really good, and then the regular pumpkin ale is really good.
I don't remember the imperial cider. It might be just called Elysium, but it has a giraffe with a space helmet on, and it makes me so incredibly happy. Nice. But it's like 9% apple cider. It's fabulous.
Nice.
You know, I just changed my my Xbox gamer image.
Did you?
Tag image, not my tag, to an astronaut helmet, and it just made me so happy.
I'm an astronaut riding a unicorn on my gamer tag.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a blank profile on my tags. I don't think.
I'm
sorry. On my triangle.
You're like orange trapezium thing.
Yes, of my politically incorrect statement triangle.
But I wanted to change my gamer tag to Astropunk, but Microsoft wanted $10.
Yeah, it's probably taken. Astropunk's probably taken.
Oh, probably for
sure. Well, yeah, be Astropunk and some numbers, but I didn't want to give Microsoft $10 because they have enough money.
Give them enough money.
Yeah. All right, so I took some notes during the show on what we should talk about during the Hangover. So we're going to get to the Lord of the Rings spider story later, because what I feel like we should lead off with
I forgot about that.
Is the falling into a black hole playlist. That's why I take notes.
Okay, yes, I was thinking about this while I was taking my bathroom break.
So let's do 3 songs, but we'll do a round robin of Mike first, and we'll go around one song, one song.
I didn't think about songs. I was thinking about just a band.
What are you thinking about?
Just putting a band.
Putting a band on? Okay.
What I would listen to in a...
It's even... Okay.
Overarching. Okay, well, I'll start then while I let you think on that. Because I don't have a song per se. And I was thinking, because, we're seeing Tool in 2 weeks. And so I've been on a Tool kick to just go through all their stuff. And I feel like that Tool actually could work well while I fell into a black hole. I was thinking I didn't want anything to fit the mood of a black hole, falling into a black hole. Pantera wouldn't really work. But then again, I'm gonna die, so what would the last thing I want to listen to might be some Pantera.
There you go. There you go.
Right? So, in that sense, then maybe I would want a little, actually, now that I'm thinking while I'm talking...
You can come back, because there are 3 songs. There are 3 songs.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking one song could be "Cemetery Gates" by Pantera because I'm gonna die, and that's a song I would love to have played at my funeral. Is "Cemetery Gates."
So this is your funeral.
So this would be the funeral song. Although I was thinking, just for if I wanted for atmosphere of falling in a black hole, like a God is an astronaut or an explosions in the sky would be a good atmospheric tone for that event.
When you don't quite understand the lyrics anymore, because your body's decomposing within the intergalactic space. Yes, you want the atmosphere.
You want that atmosphere.
But for the first song, maybe you want some lyrics into it.
Okay, so the first song would be Cemetery Gates, and then it would transition into maybe a instrumental, God is an astronaut or explosions in the sky, kind of a feel of a thing happening there, Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Or just Tool's Enema off the Enema album for
Oh yeah, a little Enema of the State maybe.
Mother Nature and.
All right, so my first song in the list would be NoFX, "Leaving Jesus Land." Don't have to worry about Jesus anymore.
You don't. You're not gonna get the song stuck in my head again.
Cheers. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you're just doing one song and then you're.
Did you do No, we're doing round robin. We're gonna come back to him later on.
We're coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I went on a whole diatribe. So.
I know. So I thought about my first. I thought I had a diamond in the rough, but then I thought, no, this is even better. Okay. So I'm just do the first line for you, and then you'll know. Home is behind. The world ahead. It's perfect.
That's good. That's good. We have
is that what Pippin?
Until the stars are all alight.
That's what Pippin sings. Yeah.
All right.
Shadow, cloud, and fade.
Rules for a hangover, right?
Oh yeah. Oh well then, I'll drink that one.
Okay. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. No, we don't do
drink, I'll drink.
Because my original thought was a theme to Isengard. Dun 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 dun. But then I went on the path and realized that singing that song would just be perfect. All fading.
By the way, that song, there's a band called Nile. It's an Egyptian death metal band, and there's a song that they have, and I can't remember. It played the other day when I was playing Spotify, and they have a portion of it. It's called like Seven Horns or something, and they have a portion of it that sounds exactly like that part in Lord of the Rings for just a bit. I gotta find it. Anyway, sorry.
All right.
So now we're back over to Liz. For number 2 out of 3.
Oh, okay. So
fall into a black hole, and by now you feel the gravitational pull, the spaghettification beginning to slowly take hold. Like okay, we're gonna end soon, but I still have my cognizance back.
Oh, you know what? I just thought of it. You know what's happening then? It is "Descend the Shades of Night" by Machine Head. This is an epic ballad. It's a long song. It involves acoustic guitars and non-acoustic guitars, and it's one of my favorite. It is one of my top songs, and definitely one of my favorite Machine Head songs, which is a Bay Area metal band. And so I think that would be
which Bay? Florida Bay? Canada Bay?
Fuck off! The only bay that matters. San Francisco Bay Area. And I Descend the Shades of Night would be in there, and that would actually probably last, time slows down for me, so that would be, it's a good probably 7 to 9 minutes long song. In fact, I'm gonna look up how long it actually is right now, but
all right, so you ready for me to shock you a little bit?
Is it spoonful of medicine? Spoonful of sugar helps medicine go down.
That would be actually
right.
Be kind of fun. No, I think it would be
Camelot.
Oh shit.
I don't want to play it.
Camelot.
It's a 7-minute and 44-minute song.
Oh, okay.
7-minute and 44.
Well, this one's 13 minutes. And
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good on so many levels.
Maybe you can kind of start with that one, but it kind of all depends on. Hold on, you can get to it in a second, but it all depends on the black hole we're falling into. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be one of those big monster black holes, so it gives me more time where I can enjoy the entirety of the song.
Yeah, it's like 13 minutes.
It's 13 minutes, yes, because I absolutely love the poem. Mm-hmm. I can't say it correctly now. Hey, Jack. Hey, can we play later?
He'll play. You might hear some sounds. It's Jack.
But anyway.
Not Jack, but Dog
Jack. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's an epic story, and it's Iron Maiden actually just made it an incredible. Took what I loved and just made it just took it to the next level. It's a great song.
They are good. My mom says in chat that her song would be "The Sound of Silence."
That's a good one.
All right, which one though?
But which version is it?
Is it Simon and Garfunkel? Or Disturbed?
You don't know the name, do you, Liz? You don't know the names.
I dislike Disturbed a lot, but that is a decent song by them.
They do a really good job with it.
Also, I just thought of that. Also, a good song could probably be Johnny Cash's version of "Hurt."
That'd be a very good one.
Oh,
that
God.
would be a good one.
Oh, damn! Now I have so many to think about. All right.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
it's Brandon's turn.
All right. So of course I can go instrumental, but I won't bore you with the explosion in the sky stuff. But I think as bifurcation is slowly beginning to set and spaghettification is occurring, I feel the Pixies' "Where Is My Mind" will be astute. Because you don't know where it's at that point.
That's true.
You're breaking up. You know where your mind's at.
That's true.
Where is my mind?
Or maybe all you want is a Pepsi.
Ooh, yeah, institutionalized. So.
I don't know.
That's my music.
This is what I would be doing. If I'm falling into a black hole and I got Spotify access, I am just shuffling through songs until I find what fits. And then I'll hear a little bit, and then I'll be like, all right, next. And then I'll just keep shuffling until I can't shuffle no more.
That actually is a really good idea. Now when you hear a bunch.
All right, so you got your last song now, Liz.
Oh God.
Now, you don't know what the hell's going on. You're basically dead, but you just want this to descend into your soul as you die.
God. That's actually when my want descend to the shades of night. But let me.
Now you can go two different ways.
I just thought of the most ridiculous song I could choose.
Is it the Animaniac country song?
No, but it is "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Until it doesn't, because it's just ripped to
and
shreds.
My last
right, but it would be remembered.
My last
information.
Pieced together thoughts would be of the Titanic.
That's magnificent. I think that's a perfect answer for you.
And they could have both gotten on that goddamn door. All right. I really can't choose between 3 songs. And one of these is your fault. "Hurt," which is
solid,
but it has to be Johnny Cash, because I mean, like, Trent Reznor just gave him the rights to it because it was such
after what he said,
amazing version.
Yes.
That was the last song he released before he died, too.
You could also go with a 9 Inch Nails "Closer" if you want to, just. Because that's what that black hole is about to do to you. Just fuck you like an animal.
All right. So there's that. There's also "Bad Religion" "Suffer," because that's going to happen quite a bit. But
that's not the song that's been in my head, though. So
yeah, no, not "Suffer," "Sorrow."
Sorry.
No. You've had.
I've had "Infected" in my head.
Infected, but they also played "Sorrow."
Yes.
Which they didn't play "Suffer" at the concert.
Yes. By the way, "Bad Religion," "Sorrow." You can take a listen to it. For the longest time in my brain, because I didn't know what the lyrics were, I thought "Sorrow" was. My brain just made "Sorrow" Sauron. So
excellent, even better.
I actually enjoy it more when I say Sauron.
I do want the song changed now to where it is
Sauron.
Sauron. Yeah, but all right. So, "Hurt," "Suffer," but why not have some fun? "End of the World as We Know It" by R.E.M. I feel fine.
You know what? Yeah, I am surprised. You know what? I thought of that initially.
Yeah, I had that one on my list. Yeah,
that would be.
Let's just go out with Michael Stipe.
Because it's the end of your world.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta.
Bird snakes and the airplanes.
Birds and snakes.
The motherfucking snakes.
Hurricanes.
On these motherfucking planes.
But you know what? I feel fine.
My mom says "Help" by the Beatles.
Help! I need somebody help. Yep, that's a good one.
Mom, you don't want to go into the black hole though, panicking because there's no escape for you. So you might
That's
as well.
true.
Accept
It's
your
acceptance.
Fate.
It's
yeah.
a song of
Look who's
acceptance.
joined us.
I know. Well, is she in it?
Oh,
she is in it. There's Leia.
She is in it. Go lie down. You could do yesterday if you want to dream about what was yesterday.
Yeah, all the worries behind you. It works out.
Or just a little. This goes to my limited Beatles knowledge, but just Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, because you might as well just be high.
Yeah.
And
oh God, I hope I'm not right in the mind when I'm falling into a black hole.
No.
It's the pain itself.
Yeah. Would you even feel it though? Because you'd be in shock.
No.
Well, it depends.
You would.
Yeah, because it's not like it's gonna be an instant bifurcation. It takes time.
It also depends on the black hole. If it's a small stellar mass black hole, you'll feel it, but you won't feel it long. If it's a larger black hole, like at the center of the Milky Way.
But your body would go into shock, so you wouldn't feel it. I think.
Well, but going into shock is going to happen after you feel a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So.
And then you pass out.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. So I mean, you want
to
fall.
So it's a fun time, everybody.
Excellent.
You want to fall into the supermassive black hole just because you have long Earth for the playlist.
Put on shuffle, have a good time.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one on the list, let's do preferred method of planetary death. Like, how do you want the Earth to end?
All right. Yeah, we can include black holes in this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? Honestly, I mean, it'd be fun witnessing a supernova.
I'm thinking supernova.
But
especially the champagne variety.
I do.
I like it.
Oasis reference, everyone. But I do like I've just gotta hold Bill's hand here. I do like the catastrophic cliche nature of an asteroid impact.
Is that because it reminds you of an iceberg hitting a ship? There's enough room for Mike on that door.
If they hit it head on, the ship wouldn't have fucking sank. Anyway, all right. So, because not enough bulkheads would have been filled, because when they turned to the side, it allowed the iceberg to cut down.
But would lessons have been learned and more lives lost later on down the line?
Well, maybe actually, but
okay. All right, so which one are you going with?
So you know what?
I love how you're holding the hand.
I'm holding Bill's hand. He's my moral support, Bill, in this episode.
Do I need to be jealous?
No.
I need a moral support. I have a moral support, Smeagol.
There you go.
Whom I've met, mind you.
I know. So the asteroid impact, because it's like. I don't know. I think I want the effect, instead of just like, oh, look at this light show where radiation's going to kill me. I think I want to see this asteroid come in and be like, all right, everybody. And then it's like at the end of Rogue One, almost, when, it hits and
plus
you
have the additional morose satisfaction of saying, hey, motherfuckers, we told you to put more in the science, and here we are.
Yeah, but also, with an asteroid, you actually have a greater chance of surviving it.
Well, there's also nuclear
unless you're Elijah Wood, a deep impact, that's a whole thing.
And,
well, hold on, though. You actually can go underground. All right, so if a supernova happens, you will... Oh, but you're gonna starve.
Depends. Yeah,
you're gonna starve either way.
Either way, you're gonna die.
Good. We don't have the infrastructure set up for.
Unless we befriend the mole people beneath the mantle of the earth, then we have a chance.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna go with asteroid impact or comet impact. You know, just one's a little colder.
All right, so Giddo, is that your infatuation with the Armageddon with the lead actor in there?
Yeah, and then I can get some animal crackers and eat the animal crackers while it's coming.
What is that song? What is that song going on in the background?
I don't. Oh,
it's not.
It's not the theme.
It's
song.
the Aerosmith song.
Well, I don't want to miss a thing.
I don't want to miss a thing.
No, that's at the end.
That's
at the end, right?
That's the
where they're like touching TV screens.
I mean, if you want to walk animal crackers all over my body while the asteroid's impacting, then okay. But I would just be sitting there eating
on the Serengeti. We have a giraffe. Yes.
I would just eat them out of their little carnival box. But
all right, Arwen.
All right. So, question: how do you eat? By the way, my answer is supernova.
Head first.
But how do you eat an animal cracker? Is it
head first?
Head first.
Head
all right.
first. Yeah.
There is only one way.
Just like gummy bears, head first.
Well, okay. Well, it depends, because if you do head first to one gummy bear, then it doesn't matter.
All right.
I have a whole philosophy on how to eat gummy bears.
We gotta get some gummy bears. Anyway.
We do have to get gummy bears. All right, Brandon.
Yes.
What would whatever the question is? What's your
planetary death? Mm-hmm. All right. So we have black hole, we have asteroid, we have gamma ray bursts, we have supergiant, red giant. Climate change technically counts as one.
Oh God, it's too slow and painful. And obvious.
Yeah.
No, this is galactic. I mean, this is universal. This is not man-made causes.
Yeah, I want something where we can see it happening. We can see it for like 2 days. I think there's no way out of this.
Yeah,
and then like half the population's gonna be like, oh, don't fucking worry about it. They go to work and shit. Like I'm gonna take PTO.
Right.
I'm gonna have a great time. I'm gonna drive to see people. Like I want to have this 2 days to enjoy myself while instant death is about to occur.
All right. That does actually raise a good question, though. All right.
Do you want to know or do you know?
Asteroid's coming.
Yeah. It's
a year out. What do you do?
Well, let's look at. Don't look up.
We gotta go to Disney. We gotta.
Okay, but you need money for that.
Dad.
All right.
That's what credit cards are for. That's what credit cards are for.
Yeah, I got a good limit. I got a good limit.
Do you quit your job?
Yeah. If I'm gonna if it is a 100% chance of dying.
Yeah. All right. So this is what I do.
I might even. No, never mind.
Jack, wait, really quick. I love Jack's. Wait. Really quick. Jack has the best method, gummy bears. He teaches genetics by cutting gummy bears and sticking them back together.
It is macabre but fun.
I love that.
Jack,
I love that so much.
Would you be Kruger in Archer if you watch Archer? That's great though. I do like that. That's fun.
There's a new episode we have to watch. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know how Jack's gonna take that though.
Krieger is his name.
Krieger.
Oh, I said Kruger as in Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I know. That's what you had to.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Be honest though. He cuts them up like Freddy Krueger.
Well, Freddy Krueger has many
slice,
methods,
two
but
slice,
three
claws
slice. Are not a clean slice.
Well, you don't need a clean slice to stick them together.
That's true.
Anyway, where are we at?
What did you choose?
I didn't. I just want like 2 days.
He wants to know 2 days. He wants 2 days advance warning at the very least for whatever the.
At least I would like a couple more so I can fly to somewhere else other than Salt Lake fucking City. So I like a couple more days.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So another question: where would you go?
Arizona. Be with your mom.
Unless we navigate to. Yeah, I want to see Scout. My puppy dog.
You want to see Scout?
Yeah.
Okay,
if you're away, imagine you being away from Jack. Like you want to go see Jack.
God,
that's where I'm at. I'm gonna see Jack this week, folks. I'm so excited.
I know you get to see Jack.
I mean, it's a really hard question. It's a really hard question because you can sound like a complete dick with it, and go, "I'm going to freaking Disneyland," and just not see your family in any kind of way.
I don't want to. I don't want to spend my life waiting in lines.
But
no, we talked about this one time.
But will most people not go to Disney?
When we were living in Ogden, we discussed this in one drunken night. I think it was okay. You have like 12 hours. I think the decision was just getting a shitload of food, eating everything, drinking everything, and driving up some like really tall mountain and just enjoying the fuck out of life for 12 hours.
That sounds great. Just bring.
Yeah. Oh, Mike's shaking with laughter. Something happens. We broke him again. Twice in one day.
Jack looked up Dr. Krieger. First picture is a shirtless guy wearing a lab coat riding a rocket, and I'm like, yeah, that seems about it. It seems like it would be. Now I gotta. Are we allowed to show that on this stream?
Well, the Hangover. You know, what are they gonna do? Cancel us?
Well, legally, I'm just saying, we're gonna get like some.
Cease and desist. That's fine.
Oh God, what? I don't get. This is the picture. This is definitely.
Wait, let me see it.
Yeah. Throw it up.
I don't know.
Wait, no, it's glared. Oh yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, it's Krieger.
Lucky Yates is the name of the guy who voices him, and he was a fabulous follow on Twitter before Twitter went to hell. God, I'm so mad at Twitter going to hell. It was so much fun.
Anyway,
blame billionaires.
Anyway,
I mean, it depends on how long we have. If it's 12 hours, we get a bunch of food.
I didn't answer it.
we go to Bend.
Yeah.
And hang out.
Yeah.
And
keep my parents
sit outside.
For the end of the world.
Have some drinks. I will just get completely hammered, so that I don't really have to feel anything, but can enjoy everything.
There's no hangover the next day, guys.
Yeah. Mom, I'm gonna get you and Dad some weed. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have some weed for the end of the world.
We'll give them the gummies.
We can give Leia some gummies as well.
Yeah, I do have some CBD dog treats for Leia.
It helps because the dog thinks Baxter, super anxiety, gave him some. It helps. Like he chilled out for a couple hours.
Yeah, she'll chill out a little bit on him.
Yeah, but there would be some FaceTime with parents.
Okay,
and
but this is the question of what do we want to do when the death is occurring? We want to answer what preferred method do we want the world to end by?
Yeah,
I didn't answer it.
You did not.
No, but we tried to get to you. But we did, because this is a hangover, we got sidetracked.
Yeah, we got sidetracked.
My mom just acquiesced to trying
marijuana. My God, I want a rogue black hole coming by the solar system, and it just so happens to bypass the Earth's trajectory.
So the whole world gets spaghettified?
Yes. That's what I want.
All right.
And we're going to know, why is the moon changing orbit? Oh, dear Lord. That's it. That's the only warning we have. Like, Jupiter is kind of a miss. Like, that's weird. Asteroids are, like, slightly declining. Oh, what's going on? And then we realize, oh, there's a black hole 1.2 million miles away. It'll be here in 3.5 days.
Right. It reminds me of when I made an error in a script for programming a planetarium show, where the error that I made was like, I forget what happened. It was like everything, like the sun was like a black hole and everything was like sucked into a black hole. It was like the craziest, weirdest error I made in a script, but had like the coolest effect, but I couldn't keep it.
Yeah.
So I had to fix it, but it looked like the coolest thing
Meanwhile,
ever.
The next day on our system, help! The Earth is gone. What have I done?
My mom just wants to blink out, and we're all gone. She wants a little Thanos snap action.
Okay, so asteroid, rogue black hole. Mike, what do you want?
Oh, I already said supernova.
Oh, but we haven't even thought about. We're thinking too scientifically and logically. We haven't thought about aliens.
No. Give me one.
The universe is trying to kill you.
Oh, all right.
But technically, life is a universe. But let's go down this road.
All right.
There's never been. But then that opens up the door of human-caused shit, and that's why I say universe.
Right. Yeah, that's the line. That's the line.
No
more attacks.
So you leave the show.
Now life. How does life want to kill you?
Well, maybe it's a bias in the media, but no alien life has taken over the Earth in any movie that I have ever seen. No, they're getting close.
Yeah, because we want to always win.
But let's say they will. All right.
Oh, it's gonna be alien smallpox wipes us out.
Okay.
Yeah. But it works both ways.
Actually, it'd be the War of the World shit. Or smallpox would take them out.
But okay, no. So this is nothing makes me angry about people saying, well, aliens have visited the Earth and crash landed. No. If they have this interstellar technology to visit the Earth, they're not going to crash land in fucking Nevada. So I have the same issue with our microscopic biomes interacting with their genetics and destroying them. No, they would know enough to have a microscope, send this robot down there, look at it, and be like, no, we have all these things to, vaccine ourselves for. They'll be fine.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that they're going to do a scouting mission.
I think they'll be smart enough. They'll have the red shirts down.
If they have the technology to travel interstellar to our...
All right. I like that Mike got the laugh.
All right. Beyond all that, what do you... All right. So I think it would be great to just have a big alien party while they shoot the little laser beams at you, like Independence Day.
Where they literally had parties and Mars attacks.
But it's like that stripper lady who went to the top of I think
the building in Independence Day, and they're like,
I think
that was Will Smith's wife. Oh, sorry,
no.
She goes.
No. She was a stripper.
She was
in the movie.
No, the stripper was Will Smith's wife. It was a different. It was a different.
Sorry, no.
It was a stripper. It was her stripper friend.
As she said to the president, exotic dancer.
It was her exotic dancer friend.
But no, she worked with Will Smith's girlfriend. So wife. She was a stripper.
Yeah.
And exotic dancer, whatever you want to call it. And so she goes up to the top of Tower Records, right? Uh-huh. She holds up the sign, and
come in peace, something like that.
Yes, we come in peace.
Maybe
it was a pun at the time. I don't know.
I think that's the way to do it. It's just have a party. Welcome our alien overlords. It's gotta be friggin' better than what we're doing. Just have a party.
Yeah.
I do think though.
Let's show the aliens that we like to party.
Yeah, but to be honest, we would have that party here in Oak Ridge.
No one's coming here.
And nobody's coming here. And we have a chance of surviving this. And I petted you for like 5 minutes. So go lie down.
I believe the word is a pet.
Oh, sweet girl.
I have previously pet you.
I previously pet you. Don't take my drink. Yeah. So.
Excellent.
I mean, there's lots of fun ways we could all die here on Earth.
As a species together.
As a species together. Yes.
As long as we go with our dogs.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Or the dogs live.
Well, if it's a black hole, they won't.
I'm sorry. Like, my dogs...
one
dog in my life would have lasted.
All right.
But the other dogs would not have lasted.
That's fair. Our dogs would not last.
All right, yeah. What about Corona mass event that drops all our satellites out of orbit? It's not going to drop them.
Then can we go back to being...
It's not going to drop them out of orbit.
No, I mean... not technically drop out of orbit. It will fry them electronically, and they'll decay faster than otherwise.
Then I will learn how to churn butter.
But then you also have to think if that actually does happen. It's not like we just lose Instagram and social media. The wars about the place. We lose electronics for hospitals, all these emergency systems. It's actually a huge deal.
It's a post-apocalyptic scenario.
Okay, so
who becomes Negan?
I do want to, for anybody who sees the chat,
my bat's over there,
that the satellites are not going to drop out of orbit from CME. It won't happen. They'll be fried.
But they're still experiencing that inertia and
no.
Well, not even that.
If anyone could churn butter, I can.
Don't even fucking talk about the pet tardigrades on the moon, Jack. What are you doing with this? So yes, the tardigrades will survive on the moon because their electronics do not. What are you doing to me, Jack?
Did we have some like spooky constellation stories to talk about?
We're about ready to wrap this up.
I haven't even talked about my Lord of the Rings spider story yet.
All right.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's
that's not important though, because that's already in the lore. That already exists.
So there is a dearth of scary constellation stories with ghosts and shit like that. But this is not true in any kind of way. I want to emphasize this.
It's
this
not
was on
true.
A satirical website.
Not true.
That
satire.
Yes, this is satire.
Katie's just joining us.
Katie, my God.
Katie.
Let's restart the podcast from like 2 hours ago.
All right,
welcome to Cosmos, everyone. I'm Mike George. I'm here to lead today's episode.
And I'm Brandon. I'm here.
Hey, he's Brandon.
I'm still Liz.
And everyone's on time.
And I won't be here in 2 weeks, but whatever. All right, so this is not true. This is satirical. It was a satirical website. But I just thought it was great because, like so many comments about this, why are you yawning?
Because I've had alcohol, and that's just what happens.
Liz!
I would love to see this made into a movie, and it probably has.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to read it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is called, and this is my title. I've had drinks. It's my title.
You wrote this before you had drinks.
I did not write this. This is actually...
No, you created the title before you had drinks.
A knock on the space station door.
The Taikonauts!
Which actually was going to be my drink name.
I would knock right now, but it would rile Jack up.
Knocking on ISS. Oh, that's a great name.
So this is Barry Wilmore, astronaut. All right, so it's
Butch. No, sorry. He's not. He goes by the name Butch. His name is Butch. Butch Wilmore is his call sign.
Butch Wilmore.
Butch.
I have a story about Butch, but not for this. For after the Hangover.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna read it.
Okay.
And I really want this turned into a movie, and like I said, I'm sure it has at some point. All right. Can I make this big? I can't. All right.
Can you see it?
Well, the thing is like I have contacts in, so I can see the chat, and this is fucking with me now. You never know true beauty until you see Earth from space, or terror until you hear someone knocking on the space station door from outside. You look through the porthole and see an astronaut, but all your crew is inside and accounted for. You use the comm to ask who it is, and he says, he's Ramirez, returning from a repair mission. But Ramirez is sitting right next to you.
Oh, shit.
I know, right? In the command module. And he's just as confused as you are. Why are you yawning? It's an amazing story. When you tell the guy this over the radio, he just starts banging on the door louder and harder, begging you to let him in, saying he's the real Ramirez. Meanwhile, the Ramirez inside with you is pleading to keep the airlock shut. It really puts life on Earth into perspective.
Butch was the first astronaut I got drinks with.
Oh shit! Really?
So I could. Yep, that's definitely something that he would do.
You gotta ask the questions. You gotta ask the questions only Ramirez would know.
What's your favorite color?
What?
Okay, what? All right, so I do want to say that never happened because I don't want somebody listening to this thinking that really fucking.
That would be the most terrifying situation, though.
Let me tell a good story here. Whether it was a Butch or another astronaut I hung out with a few times, so here's a cool story. So after we did a little ceremony, we're in Florida. We were at the astronaut beach house, which is where the Apollo astronauts and shuttle astronauts would go before the launch. They would hang out with the families. They would get severely drunk together, have really good food, go swim in the ocean, and just have a last good night on Earth.
That's what you do before an asteroid impacts.
And in the basement, I'll send you guys pictures after this. In the basement, there are these glass stands of all the alcohol bottles at every mission. And so all these bottles have stickers or like handwritten notes of what mission it was from. And so it's always like wine, wine, wine. But when the cosmonauts are there, when the Russians are there, it was vodka. Yeah, it was vodka bottles. It was really cool.
That's cool.
Vodka. Yeah. So in any case, so we do an event at the astronaut beach house, and then when we're done, the astronaut's like, "Hey, let's go get drinks." So it's me and this other intern. So yeah, so it's just the two interns and the astronaut go to meet them at a place called Fish Lips, if you're curious, in Florida. Fabulous location. It's in Cape Canaveral. And we get there, and we're just hanging out with the guy. We're having drinks. We're having some snacks. We're just kind of chatting. And I'm trying to keep it professionally cool. Like, I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. I'm internally freaking out because here I am. Mm-hmm. But then after a little bit, the other intern finally asks, "What's it like being in space?" Which is what we all want to know.
Classic
but
question.
I can't ask.
Yeah.
So she asked that, and then the astronaut, he takes the drink, leans forward, and goes, "Fucking cool."
Nice.
And it tells us all about it. It was fabulous.
Nice.
So in prep of this, like one of the websites that I read was top 10 like horror stories from space, and it really is like the experience that astronauts have. Yeah. And it talks about like toilet issues and how difficult.
You don't want toilet issues in space.
What was it? Apollo 14 had the loose nugget.
They had a loose nugget.
Yeah, it's in the flight transcripts. You can read about. You can read about it.
No.
Actually, it sounds like Apollo 12. That sounds like an Alan Bean thing.
Well, yeah, but it talks about like, oh God, what is his name?
Was it a loose bean?
Oh, peeing in a suit.
Oh my God! There's so many more stories.
He's first astronaut launched for U.S.
For the U.S.
Shepard? No. Glenn?
Alan Shepard.
No, Glenn.
Yeah, it was Shepard then Glenn.
Shepard?
Who's the first one?
Shepard.
Shepard then Glenn.
Was he peed in a suit?
I mean,
he was sitting
okay, yeah, so it was Alan Shepard sitting on the launch pad for hours upon hours, and he had to go pee like no other.
I mean,
but if he had to get out of this, the system and the rocket, they would have stripped the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So he goes, okay, he's talking to the ground control. Can I go pee in my suit? Because I really gotta go. And ground control doesn't know the answer, so they actually have to go talk to the technicians about it. And they get back, it goes, "You're a go for pee." All right, here we go.
A go. I might just start saying that to myself every time.
But you are a go for pee.
But it's talking about like the rocket ride up, how like it is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody would trade it for anything in the world. Mm-hmm. But like how also that like wasabi got loose in ISS.
Wasabi.
Yeah, like there was an astronaut that was trying to put it on their food, and it just got loose, and like it smelled of wasabi for a couple of days and stuff, and all that kind of stuff. It was great.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff.
I ended up taking it out, but
well, I mean, you know what they say in space.
What's that?
No one can hear you scream.
Alien reference.
What? I don't know.
Favorite movie. How was that called to you?
So also the last planetarium I was at. So if you're curious, because we're in the Hangover, Midland, Texas, actually has a really cool planetarium. Go check that place out. It's really neat. But I take everything back I just said. Don't listen to what I'm saying about what they're going to show at the end of this month. But go check them out at the end of this month.
I have a spooky,
I don't know how licensing works.
I have a spooky story.
What?
I have a spooky story.
So do I. You first.
Wait, my story might be your story. What's your story?
Taikonauts.
What? All right, tell your story.
No, do yours first. Taikonauts?
Taikonauts. So you have astronauts, cosmonauts, and taikonauts. Taikonauts. So cosmonauts is with the Russians or the USSR, and taikonauts is with Chinese astronauts.
Oh.
I don't know what India is going to call their astronauts, but I'm excited to hear it because they have a capsule being built at the moment. They can launch soon. I'm excited about that. But they have taikonauts.
All right, scary story. Creepy story.
All right, so taikonauts, I forget what the Chinese space capsule is called at this time.
All right, anyway, continue.
But yes, they only have one. They have one taikonaut up there. And he's just living his life up there in space by himself. So here am I sitting in a tin can, that whole situation. And he tells a story of literally, like Barry Wilmore said, hearing a knock. Like he actually tells a story of he hears a knock in the main door. And he goes to look and sees nothing, of course. But he's confused because in space, there's no sound. So he hears this knocking sound. So, of course, that means something is vibrating throughout the space station. So he goes to look, which is weird, but sees nothing at all. And this is a story he repeatedly tells. It's not just like a Wilmore story, saying it for fun with mirrors. This taikonaut saying, I heard a knock, and I went to go looking.
Wow.
Could it have been a micrometeorite?
Well, they have different pops. They have different pops. Because astronauts on the ISS can hear the pops.
I mean, that is the creepiest place to hear an errant knock.
Also, speaking kind of creepy things, when the astronauts are on the ISS and they're like sleeping with their eyes closed, if they get hit by any solar particles, their eyes flash, even though they're closed.
Oh, yes, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Jack says he thinks India is going to call them Gaganauts. Gaga is Hindu for sky.
Okay, two things. That's great, but also... Gaganauts?
Lady Gaga. I know.
That's so cool.
In America, it has a different.
That's like saying Swifty-nauts.
Swifty-nauts? Oh God.
Anyway, what's your story?
Oh yes, my story.
And then we're gonna call it.
Yes, it takes place in a planetarium.
Far, far away.
Nope. Well, now yes, but at the time
it was 10 a.m. It was around 10 a.m. in the morning. And a planetarium presenter is giving a planetarium show to a little girl and her family. And the show, of course, involves, what do you see in the sky? What pictures do you imagine in the clouds? It's a 60-foot dome. The lights are down. It's dark. The presenter sees nothing but the family in front of him and what is on the dome above him. And so he's talking to the little girl, and he asks her, "What do you see?" And she says to him, "What's that behind you?" The presenter turns around, as there should be nothing behind him, yet there is nothing behind him. And he turns back to the little girl, and he goes, "Nothing."
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you.
Well, that's not how it ends, but yes, okay.
Oh, that was a brilliant ending, actually.
Oh, it was great. It was great. Just slightly more, but yes. See you next time.
That's all I remember the story.
That's great. All right, cheers, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Join us for High in the Sky in 2 weeks, where we talk about what's up in the November sky, and then we'll see where
or maybe see
takes us.
Or we'll change it. We'll see.
Oh well,
see it with social media.
A week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, we might have a show next Sunday. We'll see. We'll let you know. It'll be on social media.
Yes, because we will have a visitor join us.
My God.
It might be. Oh well, God! I forgot. Okay, never mind. Anyway,
cheers,
it might
everybody.
be the
We'll see you in 2
planetarium
weeks.
person
We'll
from
see
that
it
story.
when we see it. Pay attention to X/Twitter or
Twitter.
Whatever.
We don't play the X game
Follow
here.
us on Twitter at Drinking Cosmos and everywhere else at Cosmos with Cosmos. We'll see you next time.
All right, cheers.
Bye, everybody.
You know, in retrospect, Drinking Cosmos also would have been a really good name.
Drinking Cosmos? Just Drinking Cosmos?
Right?
Yeah, all right. Drinking
Same thing.
Cosmos. We're drinking
It's a shorter name.
All
For the Cosmos with Cosmos?
Yeah.
No, I like Cosmos.
Yeah, Cosmos.
Me too. Me too.
Maybe it's because we